Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In this video I'd like to take a quick look at a setup that unfolded on the ES yesterday. This is the ES chart here, day session, using the new MTPredictor v7 beta, and it was a little tip that I was looking at in yesterday's customer training webinar, and that's to be very aware when a setup, if I put the analysis on here, you can see this is a perfectly valid trade setup. The STF at the time was black, so all MTPredictor users will be happy taking this. Market comes down very nicely, but doesn't reach our first target. Now the question being is, what can we do in a circumstance like this? Well, the tip I gave yesterday is that very often when a market does not reach its first target, it will reach the DP from the prior wave B low. So if you remember, a TS3 setup is actually an ABC pattern where we have A, B, C. So we go back to the last swing pivot, which is the wave B here, right mouse click here, we put our decision point on from this level, and as you can see in the ES, the market went down to this particular support zone before reversing. So how can you handle this? Well, on a day like yesterday that was a very tricky day, you can follow other things, for example the volume. If we look at the volume as the market entered this DP level, this bar here that I've got my cursor over was a very wide range bar, and if you look down here you can see it gave us a high volume VSA warning on our volume indicator. Is that red bar there. We know full well that after this happens we then look for the next bar to see whether the market is following through or whether it's reversing. This particular example came in with a blue buy bar, and as you can see that actually nailed the low before the market reversed. So what that meant is as the ES was entering the DP support zone on this bar, this higher volume was actually professional buying, it was not selling. So therefore you can use the blue buy bar and the next bar, again it's important this all unfolds at our DP support zone, to then trail your predictive stop, i.e. one tick above that high there. So in other words, you could look to lock in about 1.9R. The idea being is that if this was selling, the market would have carried on down and hit our first target. However, because it's not selling, it was buying, we look to protect our profit and lock in a small 1.9R profit. But the tip that I was actually looking at yesterday was this tends to unfold at the decision point from the wave below. So it basically gives you in advance an area of where you want to be wary for this kind of reversal. So if I look at this and I drag the chart back, so as the market is here, put the analysis on, as the market is starting to go down like this, what you can do is you can now put on this decision point, and there it is on the chart in advance. So there it is ready for you, so it's no surprise as the market gets into this level. So you can watch the market as we get down into here, then when it hits that bar there, you can see there's our high volume VSA spike right at that last bar. So you can say, okay, I now need to be very wary the next bar after that, which is that bar, and therefore you can say, right, I was prepared for that level in advance, therefore I want to adjust my stop accordingly, and as such lock in the profit. So that's the tip in today's video, is that very often when a TS setup, particularly TS3 setup, fails, and what I mean by fail is fail to reach the first initial target, which in this case would have been down here, it very often tends to reverse at the DP from the prior wave below. So have that on your charts, and that gives you a good area in advance of where to be looking for a potential reversal. So that's a good tip for the more advanced MTPredictor users among you.